Hi, this is going to be the youth group recap for January 8th, 2025. So this is Intro to Exodus in the beginning of our study in our series on Moses. So if you have your Bible, go ahead and turn to Exodus 1 and Exodus 2. That's where we're going to be hanging out for the duration of the day. Okay, the word Exodus means exit, and that is the major event of the book of Exodus. The opening chapters of Exodus are narrative history. We've talked about recognizing what type of literature the particular book of the Bible is that we're reading, and that informs how we approach the story. Just like we do not approach a mystery the same as we do a textbook, right? Knowing that the Exodus is narrative history kind of tells us what mind frame we need to be in when we're approaching this book. So it is the story of slavery. It's the story of slaves, which are the Israelites. They're enslaved to the Egyptians. This is the story of their liberation and then the following chapter, so that's kind of the beginning, roughly 1 through 14, 1 through 15. And then the following chapters are how God expects the Israelites to live. In a way, it is, okay, now that you're a free people, these are going to be the things that define you as a unique people group. These are going to be the things that I expect of you in the way that you're going to live. So God's instructions include how the Israelites are supposed to reflect his presence to the world around them. Remember, as they're going into Canaan, they're going into a nation, a nation or a collection of nations that child sacrifice is very common. Temple prostitution is very common. There are these things that are not reflective of love and peace and happiness, right? And hope and those characters that God is calling us to. There's certainly nothing loving about child sacrifice. So Israel is going to reflect God's attributes, the things that make him him. We might call it our personality, right? To the nations that they're going into and to the world around them. Because frankly, Canaan is going to be conquered. Canaan, they're not going to peacefully live with their neighbors. That's not what their job is. But to a watching world, they're reflecting who God is. And think about how interesting it would be to watch an enslaved nation gain their freedom through a miraculous set of events, and then to take that and see them set up their own city-state, to see them set up their own culture, their own system of worship. Well, that is what the watching world was doing. They were watching Israel do this. And so God is giving them very specific commands of what they're supposed to do. So in